All right, folks. So this is your last assignment of the pre-spring break time period. Don't know how to express it. 13.4 is pretty much just focuses on money as well as a few phrases related to money that we kind of already know. So, 1ドル、1セント、1円、2円、3円, so on. 100, 1000, and man. So, man is probably the most important thing that you're going to learn here. Man. Oops, went a little too far. Okay, so man is 10,000. And 10,000 yen equals $100. It's the highest that you're going to have to know because from here we get 10万, 100万, 1000万. So 1000万is like 10 million, right? It's a big number. So from now on, we got 10,000, we got 100,000, 10万, we got 1,000,000, 100万, and we got 1000万, which is 10 million. Okay, so from now on, everything goes man, right? And then the next level is oku, which is 100 million. But man stays there for a long time. It's the highest number you're going to need to know for travel or business. So man, sen, hyaku, ju, ichi, right? It's important to know man because you'll see this on receipts like, はい、あなたの釣りは13,523円です. Right? So all of these are placeholders. 13,523, right? So it's very important to know them in case you go on a vacation. We know ikura, how much. We haven't learned kurai. Kurai or gurai is a catch-all word for about. So, いつ会いましょうか? 5時ぐらい? Right, around 5 o'clock. さあ、いくらですか? 3万ぐらい. About 30,000 yen. その人何歳ですか? 20歳ぐらい. Right, he's about 20. Okay, so kurai and gurai are very easy to use. We've got dore, which is which one. I think I've taught that. Dono, which is which. 10万, which is 100,000. 100万, which I explained is 1,000,000. This fun word, the Bernie Sanders word, tada, which is free. Okay, tada means free, but the rest of the stuff you know already. The one thing that they did teach is that adjective plus no means the blank one, the adjective one. And what I'm saying, when I say that is, so, どれが欲しいですか? Which one do you want? 赤いのが欲しいです. I want the red one. どれが欲しいですか? Okay. どの部屋が欲しいですか? 静かの部屋が, or 静かの欲しいです. And the reason why they put no at the end of an adjective is because there's kind of like a ghost spirit of the noun still standing there, right? 赤いのシャツが欲しいです. 静かの部屋が欲しいです. Right? So they leave the no in there. どれが欲しいですか? 高いのが欲しいです. I want the expensive one. So they also have all the money there. And this is something you can fast forward if you want. but the 1yen, 5yen, 10yen, 50yen, 100yen, 500yen. These are all coins. There's only 3 bills, and that's sen, gosen, and ichiman. Okay. And sometimes you'll see a nijuman, or sorry, nisen. It's kind of rare. It's the only one with a woman on it. It has, I want to say it has Murasaki Shikubu, who wrote the Tale of Genji. So she was kind of like the first novelist in the world. We're not talking about just Japan. We're talking about in the world. She was the first novelist. She wrote the Tale of Genji, which is about this prince who's this really hot-looking guy, and he's just dating all the chicks, and it's just all this kind of court, like, Kyoto court affairs, and people flirting with each other, and it's just goofy. So if you're gonna read something from that era, read the Pillow Book. Pillow Book's way better because it's almost like Gossip Girl, but 1,000 years ago. And that's by Sei Shonagon. Murasaki Shikubu. I didn't mix them up. So Sei Shonagon and Murasaki Shikubu, they were the first 2 female authors. They hated each other's guts. And Murasaki Shikubu, she wrote the Tale of Genji. Sei Shonagon wrote the Pillow Book. If you want to read it, it's really funny. It's like she complains about women who have like a 7-fold kimono, so they have 7 different colors of their kimono. Like one color is off, and like how much like a monkey she looks because she has like one color off on her kimono. And just like she just talking trash about people's calligraphy and stuff like that. There's a lot of fun quotes from it, and it really is like Gossip Girl, but 1,000 years ago. So the Pillow Book and the Tale of Genji, if you're interested in reading over the spring break. They've got people in the Japanese currency, and it's important to know these names if you intend to study Japanese further. Fukuzawa Yukichi. Fukuzawa Yukichi, when the Americans showed up, he was like one of the few guys that could translate Dutch. He didn't know any English. Nobody knew any English at the time. And Fukuzawa Yukichi, because the Dutch were such prolific sailors, Fukuzawa Yukichi was able to communicate with them very limitedly. So he was kind of the touchstone for the Americans to talk to someone who could communicate. And so Fukuzawa Yukichi, he toured America. I think we did San Francisco and Washington, D.C., and he also founded a couple colleges in Tokyo. I want to say Waseda University and Keio University, which are like Harvard and Yale. They're not state schools, they're private schools, but they're extraordinarily important in Japanese educational history. Let's see here. Then you've got Nitobe Inazo. So he's really not that important. He was just kind of this professor, and he's kind of like the mini Fukuzawa Yukichi. So he traveled around a bit as well, but nobody really knows who he is in Japan anyway. The last one is the 1,000 yen, and that's Natsume Soseki. So Natsume Soseki, he really is, he's like, I want to say like he was like the Japanese Ernest Hemingway. Well, let me see if there's a better person he was I won't say Nathaniel Hawthorne. Anyway, he's like the most famous author. And I would recommend, if you got time and you want to read something interesting, Waga Hayawa wa Neko de Aru. So, I Am a Cat. That's a very good book, and it's a satirical look at Japan through the eyes of a cat. And it's like the cat's talking to you. The cat's telling you about everything it sees. It's quite a short book. The second one is Kokoro. Kokoro is it's about a guy who is talking about his professor, and it's just kind of a very emotional story. Then there's one called Botchang. Botchang is about Natsume Soseki. He started out as a high school teacher, imagine that, and the kids, the boys in the school, were absolutely out of control. And so he tells these stories not only about his kids being out of control, but like some of the other teachers who are very highly respected, they visit brothels and he catches them like coming out of brothels and stuff like that. And just kind of the hypocrisy of the modernizing Japanese world, how you have the aspects of the old way, people visiting brothels, but then you have the new way, which is the modern education, which Western people brought over. Because before the Westerners brought modern education, all education was done by and for the children of samurai. If you weren't the child of a samurai living in Tokyo, you would go to a very low class, like they would just teach you how to sew and stuff like that. But if you were the child of a samurai, you actually got somewhat of an education. So I will say, yeah, Natsume Soseki, if you want to read a really good book, I'd say Botchang is probably his best. Botchang is just one hell of a book. Like it starts like page 10, he walks into the class, and it's like kids just tossing stuff and like going nuts. And it really kind of shows you that, a lot of stuff that happened, even in 100-year ago Japan, is a lot like stuff today. And I know I'm missing another Soseki novel that I really liked. And I can't think of it, but I'll spare you the details. So this is the last video until the 20th. I'm going to come in the 20th and assign more work. Hopefully you guys are staying safe. I noticed that the viral amounts are decreasing. Like Union County, we had like 55 people 3 or 4 days ago, and now it's just 70. So the amounts are kind of going down. Hopefully we'll come back to school. I really miss it. I miss being a teacher. I would go and do, to practice no, I'm just going to give you 277B. And on 277B, you say your price and your, that's not going to work, is it? I'll tell you what, let's do A instead. So page 277A, you're going to have to, well, you can ask yourself the question. So, この靴はいくらですか? Right? And you'll say, give a guess. So, この靴はね、多分、この靴は$60ぐらいです。Okay? And it says, $50は円でいくらですか? じゃあ、$50は円でいくらでしょう? だいたいね、$1イコール110円ぐらいかなですから$60を変えると、いや、$6600円ですね。$6600円。Okay, so that's it. Just do A on 277. Have a great spring break. Stay safe. Stay sanitary. Give your parents a hug. Don't pollute. Give a hoot. And only you can control forest fires. See you later, guys. Have a great spring break.